for taking my call. I am concerned that even if Kamala wins in a blowout election, that some states are not going to certify the electoral votes, and therefore it's going to be thrown to the House of Representatives to determine who wins the presidency.
Right.
Now, I've read a little bit about the Electoral Reform Act, and it seems to me that that strategy might not work because it's going to be a majority of those states that actually cast electoral votes. So, someone could be elected president with, say, 250 electoral votes. They don't need the 270. Is that a correct reading of the Electoral Reform Act? And do I need to worry about this?
If it is, I'm unfamiliar with it, Michael, but I have not read the Electoral Vote Reform Act or Electoral Count Act, I think is what it's called. So that's a really good question. I don't know the answer. Did you read the law?
I
Can you
read
quote me a sentence or two?
Piece about it, not the law. I read an article about it that seemed pretty informed, and its point was that it's a plurality of electoral votes, not necessarily the 270.
I believe the Constitution says a majority. I mean, how do you get around the Constitution with a law? You have to amend the Constitution to get around that. Now, I might be wrong on that too. I'd have to go back and reread the Constitution.
So the electoral, one of the things that it did was that it defined the vice president's role as ceremonial only.
Yeah, I get that.
So you can't pull a Mike Pence, right?
Right.
So, anyways, yeah, because I'm really concerned about that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's their strategy.
We need to get one of these election lawyers on the program to clarify this stuff. Sean is on it. Michael, thank you. Thanks for raising that question.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate it. Question. Hey, Paul, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, hi, Tom. I'd like to address the question the caller asked during what most people heard as a break, maybe didn't hear about the electoral vote count.
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution says that the president shall be the one who wins the majority of electors appointed. So, in other words, however many electors are appointed, this idea that...
Oh, I see. So if some states don't certify, then the total number of electors needed goes down.
Yeah, because all the states since 1880 have directed their legislatures to choose electors by a popular vote of the people in the state.
Right.
So, for instance, in Florida in 2000, had they been failed to certify, which is why the Supreme Court was so dead set on making them certify by December 18th, then those 29 votes would not have been 29 electoral votes would not have been appointed. Therefore, the majority would have been Al Gore at 267 and George W. Bush at 242.
Thank you for clarifying that, Paul. Thank you so much.
If you have to have it, if there are many candidates, you can't just win a plurality of electoral votes. You have to win 50% plus one.
Yeah, that was my clear recollection from having read the Constitution, but it didn't occur to me that the magic word is appointed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And okay, so what I wanted to call about is that, and this is, I'll tie this to something else in the Constitution, is I heard,
I just have 10 seconds, Paul, if you want to get right to it.
Okay. See if you can, here's another one. See if you can find in the Constitution, before the 14th Amendment, in the original part of the Constitution, what are the criteria for becoming a citizen, for being a citizen of the United States or any state?
Are there any?
Find nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There is no criteria. Yeah. Okay. Paul, thank you very much. Good talking to you, as always. It's 27 minutes past the hour. We'll be back with more of your calls in just a moment. Stay with us.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
It's Talk Media for the sane among us.